My Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters, 12 tribes of Israel scattered all over the earth. Welcome back. This is your Moray, Dr. Yeshua, and we just want to take this moment, my brothers and my sisters, to say thank you. Thank you so much for your subscriptions. Thank you for your likes and your comments. And let me take this moment also to say thank you to my brothers and sisters that sent me the gift through PayPal. And, you know, at one point I thought I have to return it because I was having some issues with the PayPal account. But as I tried to return the funds, PayPal advised me and gave me some other options that I could use to claim the funds. So I did not have to return it. So we thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. And we just want to ask that Yahuwah will continue to open doors for you and bless you. Thank you for your sacrifice. Okay, so today we are in Psalm 31, and we're going to be dealing with, over the next few days, few sessions, we're going to be dealing with Psalm 31, verses 1 through 24. And it is commitment to Yahuwah. Commitment to Yahuwah. That's the title of this psalm. Commitment to Yahuwah. Okay? And we want to know, my brothers and sisters, and that the prayer of King David, or Hebrew Israelite brother, in the time of deep anguish, in his first part of the psalm, he cries for help. And the help, you know, is blended with the expressions of assurance. You know, many times, you know, we're in difficult situations and we're crying for help. But my brothers and my sisters, sometimes, you know, there's an attitude, or I shouldn't say attitude, but there's an atmosphere of doubt, you know. We know that when we call out to Yahuwah in our time of anguish and despair, you know, we know that Yahuwah is not far away. For those of us who've been awakened, we know that Yahuwah is in our lives, in our hearts. Okay? He's right, you know, his presence is with us, never leave us. He promised that he will never leave us nor forsake us. So we see that the detail of his grief enthralls his attention till in a declaration of strong but submissive faith, he rises to the language of pure, joyful trust. My brothers, my sisters, pure, joyful trust. And you know, and then not only that, no, he is trusting Yahuwah, but he's exhorting others, you know, to love and to have confidence also towards Yahuwah. Praise his name. You know, this is what our lives should be. When, you know, we are dealing with issues and then we find how Yahuwah has come through for us, my brothers, my sisters, that, you know, we should testify, you know, encourage other people, my brothers, my sisters, to also experience the joy of knowing Yahuwah. So in verse 1, listen what he said here. In verse 1, listen what the psalmist said, what he said here. He said, in thee, O Yahuwah, do I put my trust. In thee, O Yahuwah, do I put my trust. And he said, let not me be ashamed and deliver me, in thy righteousness. So here he has no other one. My brothers, my sisters, when we are having issues, when we are having problem, remember this: we have no other one to call upon but Yahuwah. Because you see, it is vain calling upon your friends. It is vain. They can help you, with a word of prayer, and they can say a word of encouragement, but the problem is still there. And you have to trust Yahuwah. He's the only one can move it, my brothers, my sisters. He is the only one can take you out of the situation. So here he say, in thee, O Yahuwah, do I put my trust. So I want us to notice the word trust here, because sometimes a person, and you're talking to a person and, man, I don't trust you. I hear you say, I don't trust you either. But this trust here, my brothers and sisters, is a word in the Hebrew, is kasa. And the word means to seek refuge. That's what the word is. In thee do I put my trust. In thee do I seek refuge in Yahuwah. In Psalm, I think Psalm 46 says, Yahuwah is my refuge and my strength. And you know that it's always in time of trouble. In time of trouble, my brothers and my sisters, we can put our trust and our confidence in him. And the word here, kasa, is the word ket, samek, and he. Of course, it has the vowel notations. But he said, in thee do I put my trust. And it is seeking refuge. It is to have hope, my brothers and my sisters, is to make him your refuge, to put our trust in him. This word comes from a primitive root, to flee for protection. In other words, to confide in him, to have hope in him, to make him our refuge, to make him our trust. So it's in thee do I put my trust. My brother, my sister, are you trusting him today? If you are not totally trusting him, Yahuwah, if you're not totally trusting in Yahuwah, I'm going to encourage you, my brothers and sisters, to put your trust in him. Never. It said, let me never be ashamed. Let me never be ashamed. Sometimes I would imagine in the Hebrew, and I usually hear my mom say certain words, okay, and I never know exactly what she was talking about. But when I do something wrong, and she used to use Hebrew words and also Aramaic words that I didn't know. And I remember she used to say, "Boosh, boosh." I said, is she calling me a name? Until I realized she was saying, ashamed of you. I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed of you, boosh. I said, where did she get all this kind of stuff from, And but what is saying here? The word is bait and vav and shin, bush, and what it's saying here is to be ashamed, They say, I am ashamed of you, Jesus used to say when we do something that was, not comely, not right, we let her down, let her feel bad because of our action, you know. And so the psalmist here, David, is saying, let me not be ashamed. Bush, in other words, don't bring me to, to cause or to put to, to with ashamed be put to confusion. That's what he's actually saying here. Don't let me come to confusion. Because people looking at you, people watching at you, and especially, your enemies, and they can't wait for you to do something to fall down. They wish for you to fall down. They wish for you to fall into some kind of difficulties. But what the word is saying here, if you look in the primitive root of the word, is properly to pale, that is by implication to be ashamed, to be disappointed, delayed. It's like you waiting for something, you waiting for someone. My brothers and sisters, I've heard of situations where people waiting for loved ones or friends to pick them up at the airport. And I know this is a kind of far out illustration, but to back up, and the people never turn up. I've heard of situations where people never turn up, and the person who's waiting becomes ashamed, feels bad. I remember once I was traveling, and I went to Oklahoma. And I came off the plane and I went outside and I waited and I waited. Someone was supposed to pick me up. I waited. And then a couple of times the security came out and asked me, are you okay? I said, I'm still waiting for someone to come and get me. He said, why don't you call a taxi? I said, no, I can't call a taxi because I don't know where I'm going. The person supposed to come pick me up. And so when I pick up the phone and I call and I said, what happened? Guess what? He was in another airport. And I have to wait over 45 to 20 more minutes. To an hour and 20 more minutes for the person to come and get me. Okay? So boosh, we don't want to be ashamed, right? We don't want to be ashamed. And so we don't want to be put to confusion. My brothers and my sisters, we don't want to be put to confusion. And to become dry or to delay or to be long. That's what is saying from the primitive root there. Bush. So it said, let me not be ashamed. And then in the same verse, he said, he's making a request to YAHUAH here. Deliver me in thy righteousness. Sadaka is the word there. Sadaka. And and it means righteousness. It means rightness, my brother, my sister. Justice, moderate, righteous act. That's how YAHUAH delivers us. Subjectively, rectitude. Objectively, justice. Morally, virtue, my brother, my sisters. Or figuratively, prosperity. Justice, moderately. Righteous act, righteousness. That is how YAHUAH works. That is his attribute. He's righteous. And my brothers and sisters, he calls us to righteousness too. So whatever we do, whatever we say, we need to remember this. that Yahuwah only works through righteousness, and we are called to be righteous. We are called to be just. You know, we are called to do righteous acts. Our whole action should be that of righteousness. Praise be to his holy name. And in verse 2, he said, bow down thine ear to me. The word here, to bow down thine ear to me. Okay. Thine ear. It's an ear. It's an ear. And the word is ozen. 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 Let me go back. Let me go back to the word righteousness, because you probably was waiting for me to talk about the Hebrew rendition of the word righteous. Okay, we did mention sedaka, and it was sedaka is the word. Get my glasses here, because I have it in fine print. Oh, praise his name. And sometimes you have something and you put it down in fine print, and you can't you can't, you know, can't, yeah. Just a moment here. Okay. All right. Yeah, Sedaka. It's Sade, Dalet, Kaf, and Hey. Yeah. And what it's talking about there is righteousness. Righteousness. Okay? And we talk about being just, moderately righteous act. And we did mention that, you know, righteousness abstractly is subjectively rectitude, objectively justice, morally virtue, and then figuratively we talk about prosperity, justice moderately, righteous act, righteousness, and we say that's how Yahuwah work. And then he said, bow down thine ear to me, in verse 2. And what he's saying here is O Zen ear. And it's like an audience, you know, displays ear, hearing, show, you know, from the broadest sense of the word. It is the ear. It's form in man. Okay, so we have ear, advertise, audience, the ear, hearing, you know, and we are asking Yahuwah to hear us, you know. We're asking him to hear us and to show himself, in a sense that, you know, to reveal himself to us and to make us know that he's there, you know, to give us, and so my brothers and my sisters, Yahuwah, he always give us the assurance. He always give us the assurance that he'll never leave us nor forsake us. Okay, he's there. So it's a bow down thy ear to me, and then to deliver me speedily. Okay, bow down thy ear to me and deliver me speedily. My brothers and my sisters, the time is gone for my session, and so we'll have to come back to this, okay? But in the meantime, I'm going to ask you to be a blessing to someone today, my brothers, my sisters, and walk with the King. Shalom.